Hello and welcome to a new episode of Victoria 3 A to Z. Today we are playing Colombia, and you guys have some really unrealistic expectations of what I can do with this country. You are basically asking me to do a world conquest. I really spoiled you, haven't I? There is no way that's gonna happen. But we can do some other cool stuff, like for example forming Gran Colombia, or maybe even the Federation of the Andes. But for that I think I will need to rush pan-nationalism, because I'm pretty sure nations can opt out of the Federation eventually. Oh god, but this one is like 30 years away. Well, I guess I might still try it. Now let's start off with some decrees. I think if I get some greener gas campaigns I can get a lot of migration. Yeah, that might be the play. And then I want some taxes. And I'm making enough money to get exactly one single construction sector. And then I will have to build the other basic stuff such as iron and coal. Of course my first objective will be forming Gran Colombia, so I better get started. Both Ecuador and Venezuela are weaker than me, but I think I will start off with Venezuela, since they are a bit stronger. As for diplomacy, let's just improve with the great powers, and also some rivalries, why not? Now the most annoying and most rewarding part of this game, politics. We actually start off with some pretty good laws, with a couple exceptions, so I think I will start off by going for religious schools. And I could get core laws, but should I? I mean, stock exchange is getting naturally spread. I got pretty lucky with that, so yeah, I think we go for it. We also get the age of caudillos and the fall of Salaveri. Now question is, do we like Peru, Bolivia, or do we absolutely hate them? Personally, I hate them, and looks like I am not alone. We can probably form a pretty big coalition against those guys. There is no reason to be playing around. I'm going for the full annexation of Venezuela, and then Ecuador is next. There we go. But we can't click the button to form Gran Colombia just yet because we don't have nationalism, so we'll have to wait a bit more. Seems like Brazil managed to get their country back together, so it's probably a good time to finally go ahead and attack Peru, Bolivia. I will try to transfer North Peru, and now let's see what allies can I get. Well, first of all the church seems like, but then also Chile, Argentina, and Brazil doesn't want anything. Okay then, the war started and looks like we are pushing against them. Oh yeah, those guys already got their capital. That's insane. We also got the modern conservative finally, but right now I am trying to pass elected bureaucrats, since I have a pretty big movement for it, and Bolivia capitulates. Truly a triumph of the nation, and we get more loyalists. Also, the entirety of Peru is ours. It is our puppet. Now I could just wait around a little bit for my infamy to go down, or I could go ahead and expand into Central America, for example. And I think I know what I'm going to do. Elected bureaucrats enacted, and now I can get the market liberal in charge. And I do have a movement for homesteading, so I think I'll take it. Now I could keep going into Nicaragua, but I'm afraid that Mexico might join. So let's not do that. We got homesteading. Now let's see, can we get some free trade? Yeah, there we go now. The end of core laws. Now can I also switch to laissez-faire? That's the question. Nationalism. Who am I? Oh yeah, that's right, I am Gran Colombia. And I'm pretty sure I have to choose the first option, because otherwise I lose this event, Bolivar's ambition. And I really need it. Also a nation of our own. No, I don't think so. Now this is one of the events I was talking about. So basically every single country in South America will get this event once they research nationalism. And if they complete it, then they get a new culture. In our case Colombian. But if that happens, then we lose the option to get the Federation of the Andes. So basically we have to rush pan-nationalism before Chile and Bolivia get their own national identities. Which is pretty tough. Right now we are about 19 years away. Okay, something weird just happened. So the Mexicans and the Americans are actually friends instead of total enemies. But it seems like Mexico is not willing to protect Central America anymore. I am thinking about attacking Honduras because they are protected by basically everybody. So it will be nice to get everybody in one war. Okay, I only got Honduras and El Salvador in this one, so I will have to attack Nicaragua separately. There we go now. The conquest of Central America starts now, and we actually managed to enact laissez-faire, and we can establish our first company. I guess I will go for this one for now. Yeah, now we have some really good economic laws. It is time, however, for a reform of the army. Getting national militia would definitely be a good idea. I'll be able to mobilize up to 77 battalions, and I won't even be losing a lot of my barracks, only 3 of them. So I really hope this passes. That's it, we conquered Central America. And now to celebrate our great victory, I will also form Gran Colombia, which I totally did not forget to do. Reforging the dream. More prestige, more influence, everything you can ask for. National militia was in fact enacted. Let's see now, what else can we get? A police force would be nice. The law was passed. Okay, and the Mexican-American friendship did in fact break. However, Mexico is still protected by France, which is terrible. Why would you do this, Napoleon? What interest do you have in Mexico? Now there is a core principle in our government which I definitely have to abolish. And that is the republic. I must go for a monarchy. And I actually have a reason for that. So basically I'm getting very close to becoming a major power. And at that point I would like to form my own power block, specifically a sovereign empire, but for that you have to be a monarchy. And right now there are not a lot of people who will get radicalized. So yeah, I think it's time to do it. But that will definitely cause a civil war. And my capital right now is landlocked. So I think it's wise to change it to a coastal state. And also one last thing before we start the civil war. I really don't like him because he's imposing and that will give us less infamy decay. So he will have to resign, which will give us the option to enact autocracy. But no, I'm not doing that. I will just get some other random ruler. This guy, he is tactful and a diplomat. Yeah, he can be our king. Now our former enemy Peru Bolivia of all people is actually willing to give us a defensive pact. And to be honest, right now I could use that. I am a bit scared of what will happen next. Oh wait, even better news. I can also get one with France for just an obligation. They're just at -1, so I could wait a bit longer. But no, I really need this right now. I tried to postpone it for as long as I could, but now it starts. I also called in all my allies so I don't have to worry about anything. And I realized I might be able to do a bit of trolling, and that is attacking Mexico, because they still have a defensive pact with France, but France is helping me in this war, so they can join against me. And I can also call in the US to carry the war. Yeah, I think I'll try this. What does America want? Colorado. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and the civil war is over just in time. Just in time to destroy Mexico. And there we go. Finally, we are a monarchy. Long live the Emperor, Florentino de la Santa Cruz. Amazing guy. Okay, Mexico, time to give up some of your states. Yes, that is a bit of border war, but I chose those states because they are the one with gold, and I really like gold. Now my big goal is to actually get the major power status. Okay, there we go, we became a major power, and we are about to lose our rank, and that's because I don't have any influence, so I will probably have to declare some rivals. I'm just gonna go for some random German nation. Yeah, that will fix it. And now I can finally create my own power block, a sovereign empire, and I will take the vassalization principle. Okay, now let's customize a bit. Yeah, I think this statue looks pretty cool. And of course the name will be the Shakira Empire. This will make everybody hate me though, but it's worth it. Oh yeah, that's great. And I also got colonial resettlement, just because I was bored. And we finally got pan-nationalism. Now we can actually go for something else, like pharmaceuticals. Yeah, and now we have the Federation proposal. The growth of Gran Colombia into a powerful unified nation has inspired radical supporters of Simón Bolívar's ambition. These visionaries propose revising the Congress of Panama's goal of establishing a unified federation stretching along the entire Andes. Yes, the people of South America will be stronger together. And we have this event, Bolivar's Ambition. And if I go to the culture tab now, I am a unification candidate. And both Chile and Bolivia support me, because we are very good friends. So let's see what happens once I click this button. Oh yeah, so that happens. A grand unification. Our years of effort have finally paid off, and the Pan-Andean dream has finally been achieved. Great, absolutely amazing. We're actually even close to becoming a great power. I think this might be worth subscribing for. Don't forget, I promised to do a mega campaign at 10k. Okay, now I have land to colonize actually, so I can go for Alto Paraguay and also for Patagonia over here. So I inherited Chile's claims over here. Nice, that means I don't really need to keep Argentina alive. Brazil is really friendly towards me. I might be able to get them into my power block. That would be nice. And at some point I did research skirmish infantry, so I could switch everybody. But first I want some ammunition. I guess I can also try to get some Purlos now. Now the truce with Mexico is over, and if I don't attack them, then the Americans will do that, and they will take all of this. So I need to attack Mexico and colonize America in order to reset the truce. I don't want the Americans to grow too powerful, although they already did. But of course I will also have to fight France. Anyway, America, what do you want? I think you can get Utah. And basically what I want from Mexico is to just isolate their capital. I'm gonna take all the states surrounding it, and then in the next tour I might be able to make them a protectorate. I think I'll just let the US do all the work. Oh no, the Americans are also invaded by the British, so that means I will have to mobilize a couple troops. It is unfortunate. Thankfully France got bored and went home. And we also got poor laws. Now the next law I want to pass is public health insurance. The church wants this. And for an obligation we can actually bring Brazil into our power block. There we go. Isn't this amazing? And I accidentally became a great power, which is terrible actually because I don't have all my rivalries anymore. So I think I will just wait until I fall back to a major power. And that's it for this war. We win and Mexico loses literally their entire country. They don't have market access to any of their land anymore. I guess they could switch their capital, but no, the AI is not smart enough to do that. Okay, back to major. I love being a major. I can declare rivalry for example on Hesse and get a bunch of influence. Oh yeah, amazing. Also public healthcare. Take that, America. Now I think I could try to get this government in charge, a liberal government, in order to actually ban slavery, although it will definitely cause some problems to the landowners. But at this point I really don't care. Now again I have to go to war with Mexico, and this time I can make them my protectorate, but Spain might also join. Well, I think it's fine. I will have to bring in the US, and I can call them in for just an obligation. Yeah, I think I'll do that. This time they'll not take any states from Mexico. And looks like Haiti also wants to fight, so I could also take them out. But if I'm doing the Shakira map I can't annex all of it, because she hasn't been to Haiti, but she has only been to Santo Domingo, so I will be taking Santo Domingo. Yeah, I think we got discovered. Haiti capitulated and Britain is also having a huge civil war, which they are losing. Also, Prussia annexed most of my rivals. Then I guess I'm gonna rival people in Italy. Now Mexico is my protectorate, which is pretty bad actually, since they absolutely hate me. Oh yeah, and banning slavery just failed. So Portugal is now having a civil war, and I said I'm gonna help them. However, I only did this so that I can give them a false sense of security, so they don't call anybody else in. And now I'm gonna betray them. I'm gonna side with the revolt. Why am I doing this? Because I want a weaker Portugal. A Portugal which I hope will eventually be my gateway to Europe. Seems like the North German Federation was disbanded by France, I think. But even worse is that I became a great power. So now I have to get even more rivals. But I don't have a lot of options. I guess Spain, and that's about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to fall to a major power. And the Portuguese civil war is over. Now I have this very weak Portugal in charge. Portugal which I can protectorate once I get rid of my infamy. Okay, and I fixed my prestige problems, so now I'm gonna remain a great power. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not too sure. Now I can choose my first mandate for this power block. And I think I have to go for vassalization too. Because this is the only one that will improve my cohesion. From 42 now it goes up to 53. Also I noticed India became free from the British Empire. This is quite impressive. And now we managed to finally ban slavery. And my ruler Florentino de la Santa Cruz is now imposing. So that means I get minus 25% infamy decay. Yeah, he must abdicate the throne. And for that I will get a revolution. I think a church revolution will probably work. Yeah, there we go. He can now abdicate. And now Francisco de la Santa Cruz is our new emperor. And I don't actually want this. I have actually been improving relations with all those guys in South America. And now I can get Paraguay into my power block. And our power block grows. Oh, looks like Germany is going for round 2. Good luck with that, I guess. The Germans do offer a bankroll though. Ah, come on, I'll help them. I'm not actually gonna help them, by the way. I also managed to get the other South American countries into my power block. And I reworked my company setup. So this should be a bit better. Now Portugal will actually be the next country I would like to get in this power block. Okay, and the US managed to manifest their destiny over here in the north. Also, I passed right of assembly. My infamy is now down to 0. So that means I have to attack someone. And it is time to get that foothold in Europe I was talking about. And now it's not gonna be Portugal. Instead it's gonna be Denmark, a much weaker country. They don't have any allies. And looking at the map, I can only take the European parts. I can't touch Iceland or Greenland. And that's it. Colombia can into Nordics. Wait, Portugal is in a war. And they are willing to become a protectorate if I help them. Okay, the second European country I take over. And they don't even need my help, by the way. Seems like the Germans never learned the lesson. But don't get me wrong, for a bankroll I'm doing anything. I can snipe another bankroll by helping radical Spain win this civil war, which they're probably gonna do anyway. The Spanish capital is surrounded. It doesn't matter how many people join. And Bengal of all people wants to make Brazil their protectorate. And I will help them, under one condition, that they become my protectorate. The US wants to connect the two oceans through the Panama Canal. I don't think I want to give up my land. And now they are belligerent. Yeah, the friendship with America was nice while it lasted, but now I guess we're enemies. My god, the Greeks are taking over the Balkans. Anyway, I'm at 0 infamy and I have to attack someone. And I think Egypt would be a good target. Shakira has been to Egypt. I hope nobody joins against me, because they have a couple allies. New mandate available. Let's see, which one should we choose? Construction 1 is pretty overpowered, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm also tempted to start going towards colonial offices, because at level 3 you get some pretty good infamy generation buff. You get minus 5% infamy for every level of colonial affairs. Pretty good, but for now let's go for construction. And then since we have a lot of cohesion, I guess we can also subjugate someone, like Paraguay. And we can also go ahead and subjugate Argentina. Uruguay will remain free for now. Made the landing in Eritrea because that was undefended. And now I'm gonna teleport everybody over there by disbanding. That's it, 73 units in Egypt. Let's go for their capital. Time for this war to end and for me to annex all of Egypt. All of Egypt proper, that is. They can still live in Sudan. And I also don't have the Suez because the British beat me to it. Thankfully, Uruguay is in a civil war now. And that's the perfect opportunity to also make them my protectorate. Crisis in Paris. The Paris Commune just appeared. Yeah, so who do we side with, the French or the revolt? I think I like the Paris Commune better. I really don't like this French government. Also, I managed to decrease the autonomy of Portugal. And we have a new mandate. And we can't go for a third mandate. That's because we must be number 5 in prestige. And right now we are just below Bengal. Yeah, like very close as well. Yeah, I think I can beat them if I get a bit more navy. Or if I upgrade to ironclads. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, that's it, we became number 5. Now we can add our third mandate. And it's gonna be colonial offices. The first 2 levels are pretty bad, but the third one is worth it. Okay, the Paris Commune is in a pretty bad spot. Oh wait, the US is supporting them. Yeah, now they might be able to win. Taming Amazonia. Now that's an interesting event, because it gives me options to develop Amazonia. But I don't think it's a really good option right now. And I also managed to enact guaranteed liberties. I think this is the way to get rid of my radicalism. Yeah, the communists took over France. Now I think I will lower the autonomy of Mexico. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Also, I'll do the same for Argentina. And my infamy is once again zero. So let's go to war with the Zulu in South Africa, who for some reason went atheist. Yeah, I'll conquer them. South Africa is one of the countries where Shakira has been to. Oh no, now Spain is in a huge civil war. And I will have to help them, because I'm allied with them and also because I built up a lot of leverage in their country. Could even call them to my power block, for an obligation with a 58% chance. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm using the civil war as an opportunity to get them into my power block, and then after 5 years I can subjugate them, which is pretty nice as well, I guess. Oh, never mind actually, they are willing to become my subject right now. Yeah, that's right, Spain is now my protectorate. And of all people, the US had to side against me. Okay, I guess I'll have to fight them in Spain now, but I guess I could just defend and wait until they give up. So in the end, I think I will win eventually. I have no idea why, but they are going in the negatives, although I am barely holding over here. Okay, they just capitulated, seems like. Britain is also having a huge civil war, and the government might lose this one. I don't know, it could be either of them. Yeah, we got a new British Empire. Think they could be good friends. Germany is calling me into a war against Russia. I guess I have to accept. And also we got a new mandate. Of course, I will go for the 3rd level of colonial offices. And then I will try it out right here in orange. Oh, and I actually realized orange is recognized. So that means this buff doesn't apply to them. Okay, then I'm gonna take them at full price, but I'm still gonna take them. And of course, when I'm at war with orange, I get 100 succession in this region. Look at this. Let's also reduce the autonomy of Spain. Somehow ended up with this. I might want to fix this mess later. Another civil war in Britain. This time I think because they went communist. Yeah, they're very unstable. I also managed to pass total separation of church and state. Now I think we discriminate a bit less. Also, there is a huge movement that wants universal suffrage. That might cause a couple people to become angry, but sure. Spain is now attacked by the commutards, or however you say it, the commu-retards. So I guess I have to help them. Let's see. Liberate Morocco. How about that? I'll mobilize the entire continent in order to beat the communists. They actually backed down. I was that scary. They liberated Morocco. I will try to get them into my power block, I think. I will take the peaceful route, especially because I need one more member in order to get the last mandate slot. We got it. Universal suffrage. Democracy is here. But we will have to deal with this coup from the industrialists, and that means getting them out of government. Yeah, they'll become a bit angry, but it's fine. They're about to start a civil war for technocracy. Yeah, I'll have to fight this. And the Americans chose the best moment to attack me. Yeah, there is no I can deal with both the civil war and the Americans at the same time. So I will have to give in to this revolt and actually pass technocracy. Then from the Americans, I just want to liberate a bunch of countries. Now, the big problem is that the Americans actually have trench infantry, which is extremely overpowered against my skirmish. So I am holding back against them in some places, but in some places they are pushing against me. Yeah, I'm not too sure I'll be able to do this. Yeah, technocracy was enacted, unfortunately. And also appointed bureaucrats and hereditary bureaucrats? No, appointed. Morocco wants to join. Okay, they can, for sure. Now we can add another mandate. I kinda want freedom of movement, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's get this. The front, meanwhile, has stabilized a bit. I brought in all my puppets. Absolutely everybody. I forced them to join. That means more liberty desire, but at least I am not completely dying. Now we completed the age of Codilos. The fist clenches. And this war went on for so long, I actually managed to research trench works myself. And now we can also switch to trench infantry. Now the tide of the war will be turning. The US did declare bankruptcy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really close as well. But not quite there. So unfortunately for them, I will be taking their capital, Pennsylvania. So after years of fighting and tons of money wasted, we can finally have peace. And we can redraw the borders of America. I think those are much more reasonable. We have New Africa, the Cherokee, Deseret, and even Oregon. Now I will have to find some kind of way for my economy to recover. Just look at how my GDP went down. It's insane. Oh god, I beat America so bad they fell to a minor power. Absolutely insane. Look at their economy. Mine, however, is slowly recovering. Wage subsidies enacted as well, by the way. Now I think it's about time to expand some more. In Europe. Specifically, I want to conquer Constantinople. Just for the fun of it. And also because I am the real Roman Empire. The Ottomans are so foolish they actually think they can fight this. Oh wait, what? They're actually putting up a good fight. I did not expect that. And at the same time as the war against the Ottomans, we also have a civil war. Yeah, because I was trying to pass universal suffrage again and I was very close to do it. But eventually we got a revolt. Yeah, it is unfortunate, but at least we have allies to protect us. Belgium and the British Republic. The British Republic and Belgium. So after so much time, I finally fixed everything. My country is back together and the Ottomans have been dealt with. Only problem is that now I have a lot of debt. That will be a pain to deal with. Of course, I enacted universal suffrage and now I'm passing women's suffrage. Electrical generation. Yeah, I should start electrifying my country. Yes, women are in fact people. Oh, and I forgot about Morocco. I can also subjugate them. And also Also, we were victorious against socialism, I guess. Okay, sure. Haiti wants to join my power block. No, sorry, if I wanted you over here, I would have annexed you by now. Now, Deseret and the Cherokee are pretty small nations, and making them protectorates doesn't cost too much infamy. So I will. Oh, and I'll have to call in Mexico. Oh, never mind, the Cherokee backs down. Okay then, let's see Deseret. Yeah, they back down as well. Alright then, welcome. And Oregon can join my power block. I will try to get Oregon and New Africa diplomatically. They are a bit bigger and cost a bunch more infamy. Populating the Americas. And I get plus 25% migration, I think, permanently. Can also promote European migration in a couple states. But I don't really have the influence or authority right now. Germans going to war with America. I guess I will have to side with them. Are they gonna add war goals on me? No, they just want to conquer states in Germany for some reason and transfer Norway. And yeah, by the way, Norway is anarchist. And the Dutch East Indies also became independent. They are all dominated by Java, seems like. But it's a bit better than the Dutch, I guess. Java wants an alliance with me for an obligation. Well, I could probably get them in my power block pretty easily. But I don't have any interest in Indonesia. So no. Now I really want to crush communism. And for that, I will go to war with France and I will liberate a bunch of stuff. I think that's a good idea, since they don't have any allies. Although I will have to call in Spain. Oh my god, and everybody hates them. Everybody wants to join. And I also want to take Niger from France. Because yeah, surprisingly enough, that is on the map. And yeah, I guess I can also bring in Austria. They want a regime change in the French commune. Sure. Oh god, and they are still using skirmish infantry. Or you know, they could just back down. No, the French want to fight. I also passed proportional taxation, by the way. But it doesn't really make a huge difference. There we go, France. Now they are the French Republic. Not red anymore. And I also liberated Occitania and Brittany from them. Russia wants to make a protectorate in Occitania. I will definitely have to protect them. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want to make them my protectorate. Oh no, the French commune is back. Also, schools are now public. Let's also bring Brittany into our power block. And soon I'll be able to do the same for Occitania. But before that, we have to get New Africa. And you know what? I will try to make a protectorate in Belgium now as well. Didn't cost a lot of infamy. However, my ally North Germany joined against me. So I'm probably gonna lose this alliance, which is unfortunate. Landed in the Belgian capital. There we go, Belgian protectorate. Come on, Occitania, we're so close. Oh yeah, get into the power block. Okay, now I think I got everybody I can in this power block diplomatically. And there are only 10 years left in this game. So I think I could just go full on infamy and start annexing all my subjects. So yeah, let's start it. I think I'm strong enough to take on everyone. I'm annexing Argentina and of course the US doesn't like that. Okay, we'll see about this. I was kind of waiting for this war against America. Argentina will be annexed. And I have a truce with the US now. So the only person that can really contest my power is the British Republic. The French are pretty weak and I got an alliance with the Germans. Well, I guess the Russians could also be a problem. But probably not. Anyway, the next on the list is Mexico. I have their capital surrounded, there is no way they can do anything. And looks like my entire federation turned against me. Okay then, it's gonna be interesting. And Austria wants to cut me down to size, okay. But they don't really have a navy, so they can't do anything about me, I'm pretty sure. As long as I have my ships, I should be fine. I can also call in Germany. They want unification leadership, sure. Now the only terrible part about this whole war is that I'm gonna get truces with everybody. So my expansion will have to stop. Oh, but I am going to reduce the autonomy of everybody involved. And unfortunately, Brittany left my market. And this war against Austria is also finally over. We are finally at peace after I think it was like 4 years of war. Now I have truces with absolutely all of my subjects, with most of them for about 5 years. And at that point the game would already be over. So I think this is what I'm gonna call it. Let's take a quick look at the rest of the world. As we can see, Europe has changed quite a bit. Italy formed. Germany, however, didn't manage to unify. Russia took over Greece, which got really big. Also, the Ottoman Empire is British. France was completely dismantled. And I own Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Denmark, and Constantinople. Over in Africa, the British are absolutely dominating. They even have 2 different Ethiopias for some reason. Meanwhile, I own the south, which is filled with gold. And Italy even managed to get their own colonial empire in Algeria. Oh yeah, and I also have Egypt and Morocco. Over in Asia, the British are also dominating over here, except they lost Bengal, which was a pretty big hit for them. The Qing is still around, although way weaker than before, and Russia dominates Central Asia with a huge Afghanistan. This is quite impressive actually. And of course, once we go over to the New World, I dominate absolutely everything. Oh, and Russia took Alaska back at some point. I don't remember when that happened, but I directly own all of Spanish-speaking America, and then the rest are puppets and protectorates. As we can see, we are number 2 in terms of prestige, just below Britain, which is just way too overpowered. Our GDP is also the second in the world, close to 300 million, as Colombia, which is pretty impressive considering what we started off with. Literacy rate is alright, I guess, and our population is absolutely huge, the 5th biggest in the entire world, and our power block is again number 2, just below the British Empire in GDP. That's how the Shakira Empire looks like, absolutely glorious. So anyway, those are all the laws I managed to pass, those are my institutions, and lastly my companies. So that's it, thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Victoria 3 A to Z, and I'll see you in the next one.